you feel your guys did today, coming back, after a loss and going over everything?
I thought they did great. I think their ability to focus on and work on the little things again, back to the details, tightening our defense back up, knowing what we need to do and how we need to get back on course.
Is that something that, long win streak's always a good thing, but is that something that can happen? I know Mo talked a little bit about it being a little bit of human nature, that when you're winning and things are going well, you don't necessarily see some of the problems that you're having. So in a way, can a loss at this stage be a good thing to tighten those things up?
Well, you're going to learn from it. You have to take the lessons out of it, and our lessons from it. In the past 4 games, we've had some slippage. You talk about us turning the ball over on an average of 17 times, giving 32 free throws on average over the last 4 or 5 games. So those are areas that we're going to need to clean up and be better in. And our guys recognize that, and that's what today was about.
How's Markel doing? How's he progressing? Getting better for that?
Markel's progressing slowly. I think he's doing a great job with our performance team. He got on the court a little bit, doing some actions that's against the coaches. But again, we're going to keep looking at it as days goes by to see how he responds to a little bit more each day.
Coach, I saw you doing some work with Paulo over there. What was kind of?
Yeah, you see I'm sweating right now. Just working on the little things again. How they're playing the pick and roll, what he's seeing, what he's recognizing with his decision making. Just continue to be physical and recognize how how they're reading the game. But for the most part, just little details of things that we want to keep hitting home on offensively and defensively.
And was there a specific point of emphasis in practice today following the loss against Brooklyn?
Well, we touched up our offense, just being able to share, move the basketball, continue that again, just setups in the pick and roll, the cutting, the movement, playing against zone, which we've seen a ton of lately, and then defensively, just getting back to our staples, how we're getting into the basketball, being physical without fouling, low man protection, protecting the rim, and then obviously continuing to contest all shots and impact all shots and finishing with the rebound.
You got Cleveland coming up twice in the next week. What's some early scouting you've done on them, and what do you think? What's your impression?
Well, Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland are the guys that that they're the engine, that gets that team going. Then you have Mobley and big fella Jared down there doing a great job at the rim. So you're going to play against 2 bigs often. So just being able to move the ball, move bodies, and then we got to make sure we rebound the basketball because they do a great job of rebounding the ball, and we got to finish possessions out.
Sounds like a good game. You'd want to have J.I. there if possible. How's he doing with his ankle?
J.I.'s progressing well. I think he went through some stuff with us today, so I think he should be okay for game time.
Schedule's been a little compressed over the last few weeks, and I'm sure you guys are feeling a little bit there. Next 2 weeks, though, I think it's game on Wednesday, game on Friday, then a game Monday, and a game I think later on in the week. How valuable is it going to be to take a little bit of breath? Hopefully don't lose the rhythm for games, but take a little bit of breath and get ready for the long haul.
Well, that's the balance. I think knowing how much we're going to push and work versus necessarily how much we need to recover. And our guys are doing a great job of recovering well as much as how hard we play. So we're going to continue that no matter what's going on. So having a couple days in between to get a little bit of a reset, touch on the things we need to touch on, and then move forward with with rest, but knowing how hard we're going to have to play in these games. Thank you, guys.
The chance to ask you this in a while, just because you guys have been streaking, but after a loss, how do you feel your guys responded today and got back after it after practice?
Yeah, it was good. I think we deserve to get punched in our mouth. We had even these last couple wins, our defense had kind of tipped off the scale, and so I think this for us is a great reset and kind of a great opportunity for us to get back to our standard, which is on the defensive end we have not been holding up to. And so I think this is a great chance for us to just reset and get back to the defensive team that I know we are.
Especially late in the season, how much defense matters when you're going for a playoff spot, a postseason berth. Just how important is it to get that out of the way now and elevate so you're playing prime basketball late in the season?
I think it was good, man. I think as I said, I think that even those last couple wins we had, our defense wasn't up to par. Yeah, we're missing J.I., but we as a unit, we just got to be better. We weren't as physical, and that's what playoff basketball is. It's super physical. It's refs letting you play a lot more. It's all right, can I guard this guy one-on-one? And so I think for us, we needed that. And I think that this is a great opportunity for us in this Cleveland game coming up to get back to our principles.
Coach has talked a little bit about how now that you guys have won a little, teams are coming after you. Saturday was maybe a little bit of a wake-up call on that, but do you feel that difference in that teams are kind of looking at you guys a little bit differently, approaching that
Yeah, I mean, I think that, right now we're currently a top team in the East, and I think teams is looking at us like, oh man, these dudes, they think they hot. Let's punch them in the mouth, and that's what happened last game. So I think that we got to get back to being the aggressors, being back to punch people in the mouth first, and just get back to our game.
Cole, you guys actually only play one Western Conference team this month, so you guys are going to see a lot of the top teams in the Eastern Conference. How important is it going to be for this stretch coming up playing the Clevelands, the Bostons, to try and make a name and beat those kind of teams?
Yeah, man, they're all good teams, and they're all good teams in the East. So those are teams that we could potentially see down the line a lot more. So I think for us, we got to take these games personally, take them seriously, and not take any game for granted. Just in the NBA, it's hard to win, and you want to make every game count. There's no teams that you're just gonna walk into and just be like, we're gonna walk into a win. No, any team in this league can win, and so we can't take that stuff for granted.
And wanted to get your take on Jalen Suggs. Obviously, you guys kind of came in the league at the same time, just a year after he came in. What have you seen from him, and especially his growth defensively as a player?
Oh man, that's my young boy, man. He's an all defensive talent. I think this year he could and should get all defensive recognition. And he's such a unique defender. I think I heard Mose say this before, but he's just a combination of instincts, strength, speed, and just a quick twitch. He's just, in my opinion, the best guard defender in the league.
Do you think there's a difference maybe in years past on how a team handles a loss versus this year? Do you think there's more of an urgency now to get past those losses quicker?
I think we definitely do want to get back on track and get back to winning as quickly as possible, but I don't think it's changed. I think every year, I don't think you ever want to let a win hold you down. I mean, a loss hold you down, because that'll turn into more losses. And so I think we just, we thought about it after the game, kind of got it out of our system, and we're back and we're thinking about our next game so we can potentially go get a win.
I know you're all about team winning, but is the Sixth Man of the Year award race something that you kind of pay attention to?
Yeah, I see it, but it's it's so early in the year that I'm not going to win the award in a game or in a single game or in a single month or even two. I'm focusing on this team's success, man, and my number one goal is to get us to that postseason and help this team be as good as possible.
Looking at the upcoming game, what have you noticed about this Cleveland team, and what are you guys, what kind of things did you guys work on today specifically to prepare for that game?
I think Cleveland is a very good team, and I've watched them play this year. I don't think it's as much about them today. I think it was more about us and getting back to our principles, and that's being physical on the defensive end, not, as I said, letting other teams be aggressors. I think it's about us being the aggressors on the defensive end and offensive end.
The schedule to start the season or through that first quarter of the season's been a little bit compressed. Having, the in-season tournament kind of delays a lot of games this week. Next week, I think, is also kind of a light week. How important is it to have that, still playing games, still playing important games, but have that opportunity to get some practice, get your legs back under you a little bit?
Yeah, I think we have had a lot of dudes on the team who've been banged up. Me, myself, have been a little banged up. And I think it's a good reset for us. And, able to get dudes' legs feeling good again. Might go get a lift in, let dudes get a little stronger again, you know what I'm saying? And just I think reset is the best word for the situation. I think it'll be good for us just to have these few days and then go kick some butt again.
Well, you'd have to imagine that Coach Mose will be in the running for Coach of the Month.
He deserves it. This past month?
Yeah,
he deserves it. I don't think it's a question.
Why do you think he should get the award?
What more needs to be said? I mean, you see what we just did as a team. You see what he just did as a coach. I don't think there's anyone more deserving of that award. That's just how I feel. You know what I'm saying? And you can give that Player of the Month award to Palo or France. They can go get that too. I mean, I don't know, but shoot. But Mose deserves that, man. And I think that he's done a great job with this team, man. He balances a lot of egos and has done a great job instilling these values in us.
What's it like seeing not just you, but Coach Mose, Paulo, the whole team get all this recognition, and how happy is it for you and for the fans as well who've been waiting for this now for a couple of years?
It's a great start. It's a great start. We've had some great fans who've supported us even at our lows, at our highs, which we just had on this 9-game winning streak. And it's been it's winning in the NBA is look, this is only a small sample size for me, but it's been fun, and it helps delete a lot of the issues and the worries. And I think for us, I'd love to maintain this high level of play for the whole season, and I think it's doable. So it's been fun. Yes, sir. All right, y'all.